In 1910, the Antarctic Nimrod expedition was in trouble. Led by Ernest Shackleton, the team had set the record for the southernmost point ever reached. But after miscalculating how long it would take to return to the nearest supply depot, the crew had run out of food. Fatigued and desperate, they turned to their medical kit. It contained a drug called forced march tablets, which promised to mitigate hunger and prolong endurance, thanks to the powerful combination of its two ingredients, cocaine and the extract of the African cola nut. After taking the pills, the team was able to push through and reach safety. But how did the cola nut, a sacred ingredient from West Africa, end up in Shackleton's emergency kit? And how did this same combination of cola nut and cocaine make its way into the original recipe of a drink that billions of people consume every day? The cola nut is the seed of the cola tree, a small evergreen native to the tropical forests of West Africa, where it has long been integral to the cultural fabric of many communities. Among the Igbo, the bitter nut is known as the food of the gods. In Igbo homes, it's custom to greet and honor guests by breaking a seed and sharing the loaves. Within Yoruba communities, cola plays a central role in many religious ceremonies, from weddings to funerals to divination. Cola nuts can contain up to 2.5% caffeine, about twice the concentration found in coffee beans, along with trace amounts of theobromine, a structurally similar compound. Both molecules stimulate the central nervous system, causing alertness and increased blood flow to the muscles and lungs. And it's these properties that likely led to cola's long-standing use in traditional West African medicine. But there's also a bitter side to the cola nut's history. As early as the 10th century, it was used by various groups in West Africa as currency to purchase captives across the Sahara. And in the 16th century, Portuguese and Afro-Portuguese traders in the region similarly exchanged the seeds for people, whom they then sold into transatlantic slavery. By the 17th century, the cola nut had made its way to the Americas. Brazilian oral narratives tell of enslaved peoples smuggling the seeds across the Atlantic in their clothing and hair. Enslavers who learned of the nut's stimulating properties soon began distributing it to enslaved laborers. On plantations across Brazil and the Caribbean, cola was chewed to suppress hunger and exhaustion, pushing people to work longer under brutal conditions. What had once been a sacred symbol of hospitality and community became a tool of exploitation. By the 19th century, cola had captured the attention of European scientists. Researchers isolated its active compounds, and pharmaceutical companies began using cola extracts in tonics marketed for vitality, mental clarity, and nervous exhaustion. At the same time, another powerful stimulant was rising in popularity: cocaine, extracted from coca leaves in South America. In 1886, an Atlanta pharmacist named John Stith Pemberton began experimenting with these fashionable ingredients. A veteran of the American Civil War, Pemberton had become addicted to morphine after suffering severe injuries. Searching for a remedy, he created a syrup-blending cola nut extract with coca leaf extract, sugar, and aromatic oils. He called it Pemberton's French wine coca. But only a year later, Atlanta passed prohibition laws banning alcoholic drinks. Rather than abandon his formula, Pemberton modified it. He removed the wine, kept the coca and the cola, and mixed the syrup with carbonated water. He renamed the drink after its two key ingredients, Coca-Cola. Early advertisements claimed the beverage could boost energy, improve digestion, and cure headaches. And thanks to the combined effects of caffeine from the cola nut and small amounts of cocaine from coca leaves, the drink really did have a kick. It wasn't until 1903, after growing public concern about cocaine, that Coca-Cola quietly removed cocaine from its recipe. Cola nut remained for decades, though eventually even that was replaced by cheaper synthetic caffeine. Today, billions of people drink Coca-Cola and other cola beverages every year, often without realizing that their refreshing fizz traces back to the forests of West Africa. to a nut that has shaped cultural traditions, fueled long journeys, inspired global industries, and survived both exploitation and commercialization. From sacred rituals in Igbo and Yoruba communities, to the decks of slave ships, to polar expeditions, to the shelves of nearly every store on Earth. The cola nut story is a reminder of how a single plant can travel across continents, cross cultures, and influence history in profound, tangled ways. And though it has been overshadowed by modern ingredients, the legacy of the cola nut lives on in every can, every bottle, and every sip of one of the world's most iconic drinks. After billions have enjoyed Coca-Cola, it's worth noting what a single 330 milliliter bottle contains. About 35 grams of sugar, roughly 8.5 teaspoons. Within just 30 seconds of drinking it, the sugar rush begins. Your blood sugar spikes, giving a quick surge of energy. Your brain releases dopamine, creating a rapid sense of pleasure. Your body releases insulin to process the sugar, and your liver starts converting excess sugar into fat. While this short-term effect is temporary, long-term and regular consumption of sugary drinks can have serious consequences. The heart works harder, increasing risk of cardiovascular disease. The liver can become overloaded, leading to fat accumulation and metabolic problems. The pancreas is constantly challenged, increasing the risk of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. Even the kidneys and teeth suffer from repeated sugar spikes. So while a single sip gives a fleeting burst of energy and pleasure, over time, the sugar in every bottle quietly affects vital organs, reminding us that moderation is key. Even for something as iconic as Coca-Cola, even Coca-Cola Zero isn't the perfect alternative. It doesn't contain sugar, but it uses artificial sweeteners like acesulfame K, cyclamate, and aspartame. These don't raise blood sugar, but they can confuse the brain and metabolism, increase cravings, and may affect the gut microbiome. Some sweeteners, like acesulfame K, still raise questions about long-term safety because research isn't fully clear. Phosphoric acid can also weaken tooth enamel when consumed often. So even without sugar, Coke Zero isn't something the body welcomes every day. And it's strange to think that what began as a medicinal tonic has become just a treat and a massive business.